This episode of Nexus is brought to you by CNEX Smart Investment Summit, La Amiga Audio Gaming Solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we have here with us a very, very well-known person, not only here on the island, but also in the United States. Wherever they love baseball, they know this name, Andruw Jones. Someone who has inspired me. He doesn't know it yet. I'm going to tell him the story right now. I remember I was in college. I was in Miami at the university when you beat the Mickey Mantle record.
Yep.
I remember we were there, me and my other friends from Curacao, who we were studying at Florida International University at the time. Man, we couldn't have been prouder of you, man. We couldn't have been prouder of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was we would just walk into the university like we owned the place. You know, it's like our guy just broke all records here.
Yeah.
So thank you for inspiring me and inspiring so many other people on the island.
Thank you much.
No, we're pleased to have you. Pleased
Thank
to
you.
have you. Well, we are here at the CNEX event. It's the CNEX Summit. The whole theme of the summit is about the orange economy, which is about innovation. As I explained previous to starting our interview, this is a platform called Nexus. It's we're launching now here at the CNEX Summit. So you're actually the fourth person we interview. So we're very excited that you are our fourth person that we're interviewing. And yeah, it's aiming to inspire entrepreneurs and for people to take action on the island.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great stories and a lot of challenges that you've gone through your career, and then you've had moments of great achievement and success. Right off the bat, how do you see this event as the CNEX event and what CNEX is trying to do with these kind of events and bringing forward the orange economy? It's a little away from baseball, but maybe not. What do you think? How do you see this?
Well, I mean, but just listen a little bit what they were talking about. It's so many stuff to do with everything. Everything is going orange. It's have to do with computers and science and stuff like that. And I think that they talk a bunch of good topic about how to create that on an island that is that small as Curacao is to bring it in and make it go green or whatever we want to go through it. So it's have to do with now as in the United States, baseball start going that way too because everything's so computer wise. They have so many percentage of this guy and what he will do or what he will pitch this batter at 3-2 counts or 3-1 counts. So everybody have data of anything now. So that is so big now that the whole world is taking advantage of it.
And you see that from when you first started your career in
Well,
the United States.
when I
see a big
start,
difference.
when I started, we had a scouting report, we had a paper. Now we really have more data as a computer wise. So now that the last 10 years maybe. They really got into that, and the last 4 years now, 3 years is really really big now. So everybody
and
has.
It's really data driven. So it's really.
I mean,
it's
every GM, every owner, every front office guys, they all talk about that. So when I walk in as an employee, I had to kind of go through it because I was kind of like an old school guy. It's just like what I see, what my eyes see, that's what I go with.
Right.
But they have so much information now and like I said, data that help guys develop their skills better and put them in a good place to be successful.
And how does that happen? Because they've got all this data, they've got the statistics on the players, they can compare, they can benchmark, but how does that go from having that data to helping a player or an athlete or a manager, someone to perform better? How does that? How do they do that in baseball?
It's just first of all, it goes scout report. Then you have probably about 5 guys that all they do is sit in front of a computer and do research about the percentage of where this guy hit the ball the most. So we get all that. You get the scouting report too, but then you get all the percentage of where this guy hit, this fastball, this curveball, this changeup. So you get so much stuff that it's gonna help. I mean, these guys that play now, if you put somebody that playing shortstop that is a above average player, he's gonna be great because all the data that he's getting. Not saying that he's gonna make all the plays, but he's gonna make greater plays because he's got a bigger range.
Right.
And guys like like let's say for example we get Anderson Simmons. He's a tremendous shortstop. He's one of the top shortstop in baseball. And we put him and we give him better data. He's gonna be more knowledge of where to play and says using instincts to make plays. So his skills level is going to go way higher. That's saying you get an average guy, you give him all this information, he's going to be good, instead of being average. But if you give above average guy,
but there must
data,
be I imagine there's where the coach or the trainer comes in play as well, because the player can get the data themselves, or is it important that that trainer that helps translate and create a program?
No, I mean you go through all the information. They give you the whole paper, the whole sheet mat of all the information they want you to have.
Right.
On the other hand, you still have to use your instincts. Instincts in sport is big because if guys that use quicker instincts or use the instincts better than others, those are the ones that are really good baseball players. So instincts is always going to be there no matter what.
Yeah.
But like I say, data and new information, more information you get, the better you're gonna be.
Yeah. So let's take that. I mean, that idea that you just explained, how it works from a sports perspective, and let's bring that into the business world, which obviously I come from the business world. That's where I play. And from my experience, data very similar to what you've described. Data is a key driver for seeing how we can improve performance. It's all about performance at the end of the day, whether you're in sports or you're in business or you're an artist.
Life.
It's life.
Life is everything.
People are looking for a way to get better in whatever they're doing. I do see, though, is there room in sports? Because I know there's a lot of creativity happening in business. And, one of the topics that are being touched a lot during this summit right now is the need for creativity or trying to promote the idea of being creative. How does that work within your world, in baseball and sports in general? Because I'm sure you follow other sports as well. You're not just a fan of baseball.
Yeah.
How do you see creativity? How do you see that being transposed going into the sports area?
Well, I mean, it's just the new world. Period. The new world. Everything is getting modern. Everything is getting more computer-wise, data-wise. I mean, not that they didn't have data 20 years ago.
Right.
Maybe 30 years ago we didn't have cell phone to communicate with people.
Yeah.
We had a little beeper. So everything. Every decade things gonna get better and everything's moving on. So we just have to, it's up to us to willing to adjust to that and learn more about it to make a better world.
Yeah.
If we want to still live in the 80s or early 90s and not adjust to the 2017 or 19,
right?
We're gonna be slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not gonna be on the fast pace of what the world is going to.
Yeah, very good point. And I think again, a lot of people look up to you here on the island because you've been someone who's worked on your performance as an athlete and in your particular skills playing baseball, and of course, that comes with a lot of effort. That comes with a lot of work, a lot of dedication. Obviously, a natural talent and a desire, a love for the game. That is a key drive.
Yeah.
On the island, there are people who are trying to find that passion. There are people who are trying to find that thing that they're maybe talented in, and they need that drive to keep working on it. I mean, what can you tell these people? What would you tell them if they're listening to you right now? What would you tell them in terms of encouragement?
I think. God gave everybody a talent to do something. Some people find it early. Some people find a talent that they think they have, but maybe that's not the purpose of what you're here for. So, sport-wise, you're not gonna play sport your whole life.
Yeah.
you have to have something that a gift that you have to do after baseball because baseball career wise everybody I think the longest people play was like on maybe 25 years or 23
Right.
years.
Right.
After 23 years what are you going to do? So you have to find something else to you know that can help you keep be passionate of what you desire to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Being athlete.
it's so like I say, everybody have it. I mean, everybody, you have a talent. Everybody in that room have a talent.
Right.
Maybe they want to learn more about what all these people, all these gentlemen want to talk about of the develop of the new generation with technician and all that stuff. Probably maybe that's is the thing that drive them, that they want to know more about it and maybe help them in their future. Um, you know, my goal is that since I was little, I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and I put it in front of me and I chase it, and that was my goal.
Yeah.
All I want to do. And then when I got there,
Was it constantly thinking on baseball that made you, that pushed you every day, or?
I mean, when you're 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, yeah, that's what you want to do. But it's so much of stuff passing around your heads and stuff like that. You're still young, but
Yeah, of course.
it's focused.
You're discovering yourself as,
Yes,
as
you just come
turning
as
into a man.
as a man and stuff like that. So things different, it's gonna be high, low, but how you can maintain yourself to stay on the one level is up to yourself.
That is a tough.
So
That's a lot of work as well, because it's tough getting up to that high level, and then whatever you may define as success, like you finally made it.
yeah.
But then staying there.
That's the hardest part. Like I say,
it's
I
really
say,
tough.
so everybody say I want to get to the top of the I want to get to the major league, or I want to get to the NFL.
Top of the hill. I want to be on the top of the mountain.
I want to be there. But when you get there, it's the hardest part because you have to do all you have to do to work harder to stay there.
Yeah.
The average major league baseball player, they only play 4 years,
Yeah.
4.5 years. It's so many people that made it to the major league but never overpassed the 10-year part of playing in major league. So that's the hardest part. You get there to stay there, and that's what everything you do.
Very
All
tough to stay
you
there.
do all the works down in the minor league to get to there, and when you get there,
Anything can happen
the
still.
toughest one really start after that. So that's the thing that we're seeing now so many guys from Curacao that's making it to the major league that is passing that stage of life of baseball life. Let's say baseball life that you're passing that 4-year mark that you actually now
That's getting real now.
You've been there for a while, so now everybody expects you to do all the stuff that you
Always
normally
did.
doing. So
And of course, as you get older, also in sports, I mean, in any sport, it's harder to keep up. I mean, you have to work triple, I think.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's so much data now that it's so much training now that we did way back then 20 years ago. Now these kids are way stronger. They work harder. As better information for each player, individual for each team. So things is getting better. Like I say, if everybody's willing to move on to that level of moving on, we're gonna be better,
Right.
Because there's so much information out
Yeah.
there that give you a good knowledge of,
Yeah.
of the world or of whatever job that you want to do or anything.
Yeah, it happens like that also in the business world. I remember there's a Coca-Cola, which is a number one product, a number one brand in the world, is also, and obviously they're at the top. I mean, they're a major brand, a major company. However, a lot of people do not know Coca-Cola is the one who spends the most money on advertising from all the people who are in the beverage. And the reason they do that is because to stay number one, to stay on the top,
You have to work to get
you
there.
have to work a lot. You have to invest in
Yep.
it. You have to work it.
Yep.
You have to make it happen. And you have, and if you don't do that, a lot of, and I
That-
think the analogy or the story learned is, if you reach that number one position. If you are finally successful, if you reach whatever for you is successful,
Yeah.
if if you if you don't continue investing in that
And you
success,
got to invest in your body. That's
you
how
got to
this
invest in
athletes do.
yourself.
It's one
Exactly.
of the things you do. You gotta eat better. You gotta work out better. You have to have a good program to maintain yourself where you want to be.
Yeah.
And that's like you say. That's go as any business in the world. It can be CNX. It can be Coca-Cola. It can be any business. If you want to be staying in the same rank of
Yeah.
comparisons of top companies,
Right.
you have to keep continuing to work and learn and invest into it.
Yeah, and evolve. Andrew, I'm so grateful that we had a chance to talk. I'm gonna pass over the mic. It's a message for everyone who's following you, your fans, people here on the island who look up to you. Tell them from the heart. What do you want them to know today?
Well, I mean, it's just so many stuff that we'll say that I want to, but first of all, I'm really grateful and humble, and thank you for all the support that it gave me through my whole career of baseball. From the fans, from my family, friends, all everybody, the whole island. I mean, I had so much support of it from there since day one that I made it to the major league, and then we went to the World Series and my whole career that I play in major league. I can't say thank you much that they did. We're working hard on doing some big stuff on the island, and it's taken us a long time, but it's not easy to go and do a project that big that we trying to do. So my dream is always to build a stadium here in Curacao for the kids to develop the skills better, and I wanted to have those kids that don't get that full opportunity.
Right.
I think you pick a team that have maybe 16 kids, and three of them have the fully talent to make it far, but the rest of the 13, they may be afraid of the ball or a bad hop and stuff like that might hit them, and they say, "My mom, I don't want to play baseball anymore." But maybe that kid was the kid that was really gonna make it. So I wanna change that, and I wanna help and have a better facility for kids to develop their
Right.
skills.
Right. Any words for the success of our minor leaguers?
I mean, I'm super proud of them. I mean, from senior league that got a chance to make it to the finals and got beat by Hawaii, and this year the little league, I'm so proud of what they did and overcome two tough competitors, in that's Korea and Japan.
Yeah.
And Japan always been a big competition for us through the little league World Series. So
Right.
very proud of them. I'm sure they got a bunch of young kids that took that trip up there, and will be back again if they keep develop their skills, and hopefully we can get more of that future coming out.
Amen to that, brother. Hey, Andrew, I want to say thank you to you. You mentioned you obviously are someone who's you're very sincere in your gratitude for all the people who supported you and through that journey for you to get to the point where you are today. I want to say that we thank you because it's and I tell you from my personal experience, and I'm not the only one. I think there's a lot of people on the island that when we mention your name, we mention with great pride.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you for giving that to us. Keep up the amazing work you're doing. We know that you're doing a lot of great things for the island. We need people like you on the island to keep inspiring others. We need your example. So good luck, my friend. Success in the future projects. I hope everything works out. And I hope we get a chance to do a second interview very soon.
I hope so too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
when you have an interesting project, please come back to our show and let us know about it so we can spread the word.
No problem. Will
All
do.
right? Hey,
All right.
thanks a lot, Andrew.
All right.
Thanks a lot, my
Thank
friend.
you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Andruw Jones, a great baseball player, pride of Curacao. Very happy to have him here. Well, here now if you like this kind of content, please like our Facebook page, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Instagram. That's Nexus Caribbean. Thank you very much. Ciao, ciao. episode of Nexus was made possible by CNEX Smart Investment Summit, L'Amiga Audio Gaming Solutions,